Welcome to the early edition of the Can-Am Connection, gentlemen. What's happening?
Man, it's 7:30 in the morning, man. What are you talking about?
9:30 here.
9:30 for me. Jody's got his coffee, so that's a good thing.
Actually, I'm drinking tea.
Oh no, my bad.
Well, it's the last show before the Knuckles Up, so despite my schedule being crazy, we got to get one in here.
Well, it's the prediction show, isn't it?
Well, yes, yeah, and you know what? I thought about this. And you know what? I don't know if I'm going to make any predictions on this card.
You shouldn't.
You should.
Yeah, I'm gonna sit back because I don't want to show up there and have half the people saying hi to me and half the people giving me dirty looks.
You know you're gonna have somebody Tanya Harding you in the parking lot.
Come on, Ryan. You say dirty looks. You act like RBJ is going to be there or something.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is for you guys. Like, I'll give you my overview, my thoughts.
I was gonna say RBJ's got his hands full in a little while, so
yeah.
You got your list ready? Nathan, you got your list ready?
No, that's on you today.
I've got the matches in front of me.
I was gonna say I've been running around like a chicken with my head cut off.
As you should. You're a busy man these days.
Jody has a pen and a paper. He's ready to roll.
What's up, everybody in the chat? Welcome to the.
What was that? Was that a basketball you had?
Oh yes, the basketball. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I just found the back of it though. So.
Oh, okay. I was confused.
The Drew and Nordic Terremoto. Okay, interesting.
That's a name. That's a new one.
That's like a northern version of
Wagner. Yeah, Wagner Bortolato. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Match number 1. Ryan Espy, Vitor Munoz.
We already said this one. Yeah,
this is the official prediction show.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead, Jody.
I say, are we putting down the score too?
Yeah.
I think you guys can do whatever you want, but I mean, we usually just go off winners.
All right.
3-0, Espy.
Yeah, that's my thing too. Ryan's just going to be too big, too fast, too strong. Vitor, bad day.
Then I'm going to sit down and enjoy the rest of the show.
You're going first.
First match, yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
What the fuck? Oh, I know. It's because it's left-handed, right?
It's the Battle of the Americas. We are the first match. We're the only left-handed match.
And you'll be commentating, Ryan, won't you?
I have not been asked to commentate.
Oh, really? That's what I figured. I figured you were going first. That way you could commentate.
I don't know. I mean, I got no plans.
So you can sit down and interviews?
I can just hang out, man. Like,
have a nice.
As far as I know, it's going to be Will and Big Laws, and I assume Jake's coming. I don't know that, though.
You can have some nice, crisp beverages after your match. And
you know I will. My wife and my kid will be there, and we'll be.
Oh, nice.
Enjoying the rest of the matches.
Beautiful.
I believe this is match number 2. Meadow Orangi versus BJ Fokakis.
I've kind of been going back and forth on this one.
It's a hard one, eh? Like this one.
Yeah. This one's hard because, Meta does have that King's move. I do think that BJ is going to have the speed and hand advantage. I just don't know if it gets stopped in that King's move, if he can keep, out stamina that and out climb it.
Well, that's the thing in a super match. The more a guy relies on speed hits, the slower he gets.
Yeah.
I'm going Metarangi for the upset.
Yeah.
I'll challenge his big ass.
I think that's true. I think you're right, Jody. I think that's going to be the case.
Now, this was a late replacement because it was going to be Tank.
Yeah. Versus Meta. Yeah. I think this is a better match than Tank and Meta, personally. I think it's a far better matchup. I just think that King's move is going to potentially it's going to be a King's move. There's no way it won't be. But I think, Meta gets it.
I got a King's move, but I call it the Jack's move, so it's all right.
Yeah. There's no other options of face cards there unless you want to call it the Queen's move.
or
Ron
the
Bass
Joker,
already called it the Queen's move. So,
or you call it the Joker, or
I like that. The Joker. The Joker. I like that. Plant that lever. Yeah, the Joker. Y'all hear that? The Joker.
All right.
What do you got next?
Merlene, who, everyone knows who Merlene is. I don't even have to say her last name.
Right.
Yoshiko Arakawa.
so
Now,
Yoshiko, she pulled it WAF, right? A while ago.
I believe she has a history in WAF. Yes.
But
I
when last time did she pull?
That's the kicker. I'm like, I haven't seen her pull in forever.
It's hard. You remember how, like, when it was Todzilla and Yoshi, and we all didn't know what shape Yoshi was going to be in. We never saw him, and all of a sudden, he came out like, wow, he lost the match, but we didn't expect that. Like, he made Todd work. Is Yoshiko the same thing where we haven't seen her in a while and she'll come out and do some stuff?
I think she wins it.
Yeah?
Yeah. I think Yoshiko wins it.
I'm going with baby sister, Merlene.
Okay.
She got something to prove after losing at Washington State, the way against Le'Aaron and all that other stuff going on, and she lost to Carolina. I think she has something to prove.
Yeah. Now, those are the three openers. Now we're into Hellboy versus Cody Wood.
Cody's going to have the speed advantage, is going to have the hit, but is Matthias Schlitti too strong? And that hand, just unlike anything Cody's ever felt. I'm going Matthias Schlitti.
Ooh, Hellboy?
Yeah.
Oh, is that? Yeah.
That's his name.
I've never noted his actual name. So,
have we ever seen him in a super match?
I've never seen him in that. You have?
Yeah, there's some super matches he's done in the past.
How's his stamina?
Not bad.
You're getting called out in the chat there, Nathan, for always favoring the WAF puller.
He's not a WAF puller. Matthias Schlitti just.
I think he's talking about the last match, the ladies' match.
Well, I mean, Merlene has no affiliation.
That's true, but you didn't pick Merlene.
Yeah, no, I didn't. I just think I didn't.
Yeah,
I'll go with Hellboy.
I'm just saying in the past she pulled there. I'm not saying because I'm pretty sure she's podiumed there, which is why I'm saying like.
I'll go with Hellboy because.
All right, you guys agreeing on this one?
Yes.
Yep.
All right. Toshiyuki Shishido versus Nick Stone. This is an intriguing one for me. Like, I don't really know where Nick is at right-handed. I know he's good.
Yeah. Maybe we know what he
beat Meadow Orangi last time out.
Yeah, with that press.
Yeah.
This is going to be a good test to see where Nick's at.
I'm going with Toshi. Is that his name, Toshi?
Yep. Yeah, that's what he goes by. That's the shortened version, yeah.
I think I'll go with Nick. I think if Nick turns it inside and can keep him off that press, he can beat him.
He may very well.
Yeah. I know SB's going to be like, he will not drink until after this match. Then he'll relax.
Well, this is a right-handed match, so, I'm not as interested in it.
The mechanics can be the same.
It can be, yeah. Or Nick could be a completely different guy each arm.
True.
I'll know because I've seen him pull left-handed before.
Yeah, you saw him pull Mike Gould.
Yeah. Another really good match, Nadia versus Tatiana. I don't think people realize how good of a match this could be.
Yeah, I think Tatiana actually has an advantage in this match, personally.
And Nadia,
Tatiana's coming off of giving birth, so she's back in the fold now, which is good to see.
Yeah.
I think Tatiana wins it.
I'm going with the vicious Nadia.
I mean, she is legit. Like, I don't know. It's going to be an exciting match.
How many matches we got on the card?
A lot.
Oh, 4, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Damn, I'm about to get a second.
13 matches.
Yeah, I'm about to get a second one of these because
13 matches and 1, 2, 3.
No dark matches.
3 ladies matches.
There'll be dark matches. Don't worry. There always are.
There'll be a dark match at the end. Hyunmin Ji versus Paul Passmore.
Hold on one second.
Hey, Jody, who did you pick in the Tatiana versus Nadia match? I missed it.
Nadia.
You got Nadia, okay.
And I got Passmore on this one. Because, again, he was on my show last week, and we were talking about the disrespect my man gets. Like, he's had some great matches on bigger stage and doesn't get the call. So I think, honestly, for him, it's more of, I want to prove I do belong on this kind of stage.
It's very interesting because Paul is a kind of a guy that, you know, he gets a win over Matt Mask in a tournament and people just forget about it, you know, and they just move on.
You know what? How much disrespect my man gets? If you put up the Challenger Series from Chance Shaw, the East vs. West Challenger Series, there's a playlist. He's not on there, but he pulled there. That's how much disrespect. You have to actually punch in Paul Passmore, East vs. West Challenger Series to bring that video up. Because think about it. I tried it, and I went through the playlist. I was at work. I had free time. I was like, let me go burn some time and rewatch some of that. And he's not even on there. I'm like going, again, the disrespect, what they call the Passmore curse. So he got something to prove.
I think Paul's coming in ready to make a statement here. Now we gotta wait for Nathan because we gotta wait for his pick. And he's saying 1 sec.
He's busy, man. He's a busy guy these days.
Paul Passmore.
He's taking Passmore.
All right. What's the next match?
Tom Holland, Ryan Bowen.
Ooh. You know what?
And Ryan's got to make weight.
Here, I'll do this. I am liking what I'm seeing from Bowen as far as like his workouts. He's actually taking this seriously. Not that he never did before, but I'm liking what, you know, I'm seeing this stuff. I'm like, okay. Because I think he needs this to kind of get back into the fold. You know what I mean? I mean, I could be wrong, but
yeah.
Is he going to be too strong for Tom?
Well,
that's the question.
There's a strategy that Ryan has used in the past that probably won't work going into this match, which is, you know, kind of going for position and wearing somebody out in a certain lane.
Hey,
and
you ain't going to wear Tom out in no position.
You
get right here. He's going to sit there, pour himself some tea, have a sip. You done yet? Go ahead. And he might, hey, you're not going to do that to him. No, sir.
Yeah, if Ryan lets Tom get in a position, man, we're going to see a long match.
He has to prevent Tom from even going any kind of supination move.
Yeah.
So I'm picking Bowen. I think Bowen's too smart to know that. He has to be.
Oh, he'll know that.
Yeah. So
will he be able to do it? I mean, he looks like he's in really good shape, and he looks like he's super strong. But we also have not seen. I mean, a lot of these guys don't post anything, and I don't post any training anymore either. So it's.
Well, Ryan does.
Ryan does, and he looks good. How good?
Did you know? Quick, I'm picking Bowen, by the way.
Yeah.
How many Sarahs, Ryans, or Pauls we got in arm wrestling?
Oh man.
There's Ryan SB, Ryan Boussier, Ryan Bowen, Ryan Lance, Ryan Clark. You know, like Paul Italia, Paul Lynn, Paul Passmore. I mean, like, you know what I mean? Just a little offside until Nathan gets back on. But
you think Italia will show up to watch this time around? Because he's always at knuckles up, but he's kind of stepped away from arm wrestling now.
He walked away. He's into his other business adventure now. So, yeah, we got all the Davids. Yeah, there you go, Bob.
Got a few Davids, yeah.
I don't think Paul will be at this one. I think he's taking a break from that now. I think there's some stuff that rubs him the wrong way, which is why he kind of just did away with arm wrestling altogether.
Man, if I paid attention to all the stuff that rubbed me the wrong way in the past few years, I would have been long gone.
Yeah, but you can't let that get to you, man. We live in a society now where everyone's going to poke at you because you're doing good or success, and someone's always trying to tear you down. I mean, that's just what it is, you know. If you let that get to you, then you got a onion skin thin skin on yourself. So
Yeah.
Should we keep going or wait for Nathan?
Yeah,
Yeah, keep rolling. All right.
We'll come back for his predictions.
Yeah.
Jason Merlot, Bogdan Stoika.
Now this might be a banger.
With a weight cap of 210.
Has Merlot even made that before? He was always like a 198 guy, right?
Tom Holland beats Orion Bowen bad.
Okay. Bad? Wow.
Yeah. Sorry, that was a hotel.
Okay.
That was a hotel call. I mean, I had to answer that.
So we're on Bogdan Stoika and Jason Merlot.
You guys saw Bogdan versus Arson, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
It's going to be that bad. Because I don't think Merlot beats Arson personally, and I think Bogdan's going to just walk through Merlot. Bogdan's on a different level right now.
Ooh, I don't know, man. I would never count out Merlot.
I saw Bogdan at Washington State, and I was impressed.
Yeah, I'm going Bogdan.
Yeah, I have to.
I'm thinking Bogdan goes right through him. Bogdan will top roll him. Bogdan's going to press him. I just don't see a lane for Merlot to beat him.
Interesting.
I mean, Merlot's a hell of a puller, don't get me wrong, but I just think Bogdan's on another level right now.
Yeah.
But Merlot's the face that runs the place that knuckles up. This is his territory.
Well, he didn't give him an easy one.
Nor should you. You've been on a win streak, right? You shouldn't get no easy ones.
Yeah. Well, he's beat some pretty good guys over the course of this promotion.
Yeah.
We shall see. I mean, if Merlot pulls off the win, we're suddenly seeing him a little bit differently, aren't we?
100%, yeah.
True. Who's next?
I'm very curious. And then the rest of these matches do not have a weight cap listed.
Right.
Oh.
Now, it doesn't mean there isn't one. It's just not on the poster.
What was the weight cap for the Bowen and Tom Holland match?
It looks like this graphic is very small. 189 pounds.
Oh, damn.
That's 85 kilos.
Yeah.
That falls right into Tom Holland's hands too.
Well, yeah, he doesn't have to do much.
Oh, wow, I didn't know that.
Tom walks around at that weight. That's what I'm saying. Like, Ryan's going to be depleted, flying all the way from Australia, coming in. It's going to be an easy flight for Tom.
Yeah, you're right.
Holy smokes!
Not next up. Don Underwood, Ricard Bornman.
I mean, this is a big match for Don, on his comeback. I think Don's going to have the static strength, I believe, goes to Ricard Bornman, in my opinion. I think the speed and hit goes to Don Underwood, but I just think statically here, Ricard's is just ridiculous.
I mean, Don Underwood was, arguably at his peak, he could have been considered top 5 in the world.
Oh yeah, easily. But we don't know where. I mean,
I watched that man twice. Flash pin Devin Larratt like half a dozen times. Once it was at Armwars Sin City. Once was at the Arnold's. Kept fouling out at the Armwars.
Armwars, yeah. I mean, he was coming up like that high at Armwars, though.
Yeah, but enough of those, I don't think. Like, there were several that were fouls, and there was a few that weren't. And I felt like by the time that he fouled a few times, they were just watching for that. And some of them I would consider phantom, but
right.
I mean,
I'm not saying
I
he
mean,
would have won the match, but he was in it
I'm
hard.
struggling with this because I'm looking at Don's last performance from doing that stuff down in Florida.
I guess what was it called?
That's
Stanley that he pulled?
He pulled a few people, but like I'm basing it off that, and I just don't know where Don's at right now.
yeah,
You
that's
know,
the problem, right? Because you don't really know. Like if Don comes in even close to his old form,
he wins.
yeah,
He wins hands
I,
down.
I like this version of Don where 275 Don Underwood's scary.
I keep hearing that Don's in wicked shape.
Yes, I saw him
I
last
think
month.
I'm gonna go with Don in hopes that he is back to, you know, as good as he can be. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's going to be a good test for Reekards to see because you have a just absolute blast outside top roller coming at you.
Mm-hmm.
now you guys got your picks done. We're ready for the next one.
Yeah.
Another intriguing match, and the one that I would have trouble picking: Ron Bath versus Mario Tambakis.
I honestly think Mario
Lord.
has. I think it might be a bad day for Ron. There's a potential for it to be that way just because Mario is very versatile. He can top roll, he can hook, he can press.
Who'd Mario pull last time and nobody thought he was going to win?
Plama Dimitrov.
Plowman, right?
And then before that, he beat Merlot.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Ron.
Yes, it is on the 25th. Answering the chat. In this video description, in the video description for this video, you can click on the pay-per-view link and buy it.
Ron Bath. I'm going with Ron.
You're switching.
No, I didn't say anybody was going to win. I was laying out that it could potentially.
Okay.
But I'm going with Ron.
And Jody, you went with
Mario.
Whew, okay.
Sorry, Ron. Love you though.
Now, Bob Anderson says no weight cap on the Ron versus Mario match. Asking a question. Not on this poster. There does not appear. There is no weight cap listed.
Well, that's good for Mario.
That's great for Mario. Ron never comes in, super heavy for anything. He's always in shape. And Mario, I think if Mario's got no guardrails on at all, he could bulk right up to high 200s if he wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
Potential.
Co-main event. Heidi Cordner versus Gabby Vasconcelos.
Gabby. I don't see Heidi being able to slow her down. I see Heidi preventing challenges for Gabby, like with her lever length, her hand size, her height, stuff like that. I just still think Gabby's side pressure is just going to be way too much.
Well, Gabby often pulls with a flop wrist.
Yeah, it's going to be this and just driving sideways.
She better not burn out because we know what we've seen from Gabby. She burns out quick. She'll get those first few matches. Yeah.
So,
we saw what Jocelyn did to Heidi not long ago. That wasn't close.
Well, maybe some questions will be answered or we'll have more, but we can now, Heidi comes in and gives Gabby anything.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, Jocelyn's stock goes up a little bit.
This is true.
Yeah, but I think Gabby goes 3-0 personally.
Okay.
Yepper.
Farid Usmanov versus Jordan Sonev.
This is a tough one.
It is.
This one's really tough because we know how good Farrett is. We know how good Jordan Sonov is.
Can we spend a couple minutes on this because?
Oh, of course, this is
this is the main event.
Wow.
I mean, Usmanov has been pulling at a high level for a couple of decades.
I mean, we just saw Ferret pull Corey West not long ago, a few years back.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And that was a great match.
And Sonev is just a guy where you don't get a lot of exposure to these high-level guys because you're not going to see him at East versus West or King of the Table.
I mean, he was at East versus West 1, right? Or 2. But since then, yes.
That seemed like 10 years ago.
Yeah, there's going on 16 on the 15th. Man, it's a tough call because it's where does that match go? Like, we know Jordan is going to turn that match here. You want that match here.
Nordic Terremoto says Frit is a monster now. I think they're both monsters now.
Do we need a silver coin?
Did you not see what he did to Marcio Barbosa? What Jordan Sonev did to Marcio?
Yes.
Sure did. Sure did.
He made Marcio look just not like Marcio has ever looked, in my opinion.
No, I've never seen Marcio in a match that was quite that one-sided.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's hard.
But we've seen this a few times. Like we've seen Sonev, handle guys like Pork Chop and Mask, and even training with Devin looking really, really good. Man, I don't know. I'm not making a pick.
I mean, I can see this match going, like, for me, this match is a dead set 50-50. Like,
right down the middle.
To me, it is, yeah. I think it depends on if Ferret comes in big. I'm talking like the Ferret of old that pulled like John and Travis Bajent and like that Ferret. I think if that Ferret shows up, he wins.
I'm going with Sonov, and they're gonna go the full distance with 8 ready goes.
8 ready goes. So you're thinking there's going to be some fouls and some slips, and
yep.
Man.
I think probably they go to the strap every single match.
I see that too.
There's going to be some elbow fouls,
And they might just go for the strap right off the bat.
Well, then I might cut that down.
I don't know if, I don't think any guy has a glaring weakness that the other one can take advantage of. They're both pretty good in all aspects.
I mean, we don't see Jordan top roll ever because he's so good inside. So, I'm not saying he can't.
Right.
Yeah.
I'll take Ferret just to be different. I think Ferret, like I said, if he shows up anything close to his best form ever, he wins the match. Like that Ferret that, beat Travis Bajent was an absolute monster. Now, I know time has a funny way of messing with things, but it's a mean person when he's that way.
True. Man, we still got a half hour now.
Yeah, we have done the predictions. What else do you guys want to talk about in the world of arm wrestling?
You want to talk about that video?
The video where Camille says he wouldn't even feel Jerry?
Yeah. You want to hit on that, man? It's already out there.
Why not? Yeah, it's a pretty bold statement.
Oh, Jody, I'm looking at that thing you sent me. That is 100%. Yeah.
What can Jerry do to, counter that? Because, like I said, it felt before we got on the show live, it felt like if you compare the two pressers, it feels like compared to Camille, Jerry's flop is more defensive, where Camille is coming at you. Jerry kind of comes at you, but he's kind of like he's doing it to block you, then go. Where Camille is just whack,
I don't want to, let the cat out of the bag too much of people that don't, there's a path. I always said there's a path to beat Jerry, and it's usually coming at him. And Camille's coming at him.
And block it.
Yeah, and who's going to initiate? Who wants to give away their wrist faster?
Or it's not who's going to give away the wrist. It's who's going to try to turn this way instead of give the wrist.
Well, if it turns inside, I believe Camille has got wins the match.
Think so?
Yeah, I do. I do. But we don't even. I mean, this is a pure speculative thing. We don't even have. They haven't even signed up for a match. Jerry hasn't. I haven't seen Jerry do much of anything since his match with Levon.
Levon, yeah.
He's regrouping, doing what he's got to do, and yeah, I don't know. You guys tell me what you think about it. I'm going to show you another match that I saw come up that I think is pretty interesting.
I mean,
as long as I can find it.
Like the matches are, just speculative. But I mean, the event itself is happening in, after Tbilisi, it is happening in Arlington, Texas. So
is Nolan Ryan going to be in attendance?
I have no clue. That'd be cool though.
Fucking Jerry Jones VIP section.
I got to get to Alberta Arm Wrestling here.
I think, with those guys going at it, it'll be interesting. It's almost like if Jerry comes like this and
well, I mean, you can look at you can look at look at when Reno pulled Camille. Reno beat Camille comfortably.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to look like that. It's just whoever gets that spot first is what it's going to be.
But you don't think that? I mean, I guess they're both. I was going to say, yeah, whoever can get their shoulder in quicker, right?
Mm-hmm. It's going to come down to a speed factor in that match. I mean, I think if you give there's a potential if you give Reno either one of them, Reno beats them both. I mean, he's already beat Camille.
So I saw a match get announced, and now I can't find the damn thing.
Oh, what? The flip.
But it was Ole Danilov versus Matt Mask left-handed.
Really?
Yeah.
Where?
In Canada. I believe it's in Alberta in February.
That's not far away.
I thought it was a pretty interesting match because Ole is the guy that, if you remember, he's the guy that pulled multiple classes at the Nationals, pulled two classes. He got second. Did he win? Did he beat Pork Chop?
No, I thought he did beat Pork Chop. I think he got a win on Porky.
I don't remember what the final result was there. I should know. They placed 1 and 2 and had wars. That was the controversial match that everyone remembers for the wrong reasons.
Oh, because of foul out, yeah.
Because of the referee's interaction with somebody in the crowd.
No, he did win because Pork Chop fouled out.
Right, that's right. And that's why they were so mad. Okay.
Yeah.
So Ole wins. So he's the national champ. Left-handed in both the 242 and the supers. And now Matt is pulling him. And Ole, from what I hear, was calling out 2 of us. So it was me and Matt.
Oh, well.
He wanted me or Matt in a left-handed match.
Oh, I know where to book that match at.
So he's got Matt, and Ole's in a BC, and Matt's in Alberta. They're close. There's a promotion out there, I think, that's putting it on, and I think it's like happening soon.
Did you hear this? See this comment by Jax?
Yeah, I don't believe that.
What was it? I didn't see it.
It says, unfortunately, Jerry isn't having a match. He's the humiliating defeat against Levon has impacted his mental health to a great extent. Was it humiliating? I mean, everyone kind of loses to Levon that way.
I mean, Jerry's taken losses before. It's not. I mean, it's a sport. You're going to take losses.
He knew he was like a heavy underdog. Like, what would the odds have been in that match? Like 50 to 1?
More than that.
Right.
I think we're talking 100 to 1. Probably. Like, I don't know though. I mean, I know like if you look at like arm bets, it was a shutout stake, which tells you
Armlet's still up there.
Isn't Levon matches always a shutout steak?
Yeah.
So I mean, I saw that at the corner. I had to touch that, but let's get back to what you were saying. So he either wants you or Matt Mass, right? He called up for the call out.
I've just been hearing things behind the scenes. Those are the two names he said.
I mean, I can't really make a fair assessment of that. How does Matt do with pork chop?
I don't know. Matt's left arm stuff is limited.
I mean, he did beat Wilton Brock very easy.
Yeah, but I mean, this is one of those situations where, are we talking about Wilton Brock like he was 10 years ago in WAL?
I mean, it was a few years back, though. I mean, Brita beat him, but it wasn't easy for Brita.
Well, no.
So, I mean, and it's not like Wilton's a bum. Still,
no, Wilton is a good arm wrestler, and I picked him to win that match.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, we don't know where Matt and Pork Chop would be. I think Matt has the advantage in the match, but
well, I mean, Ole is.
No, I meant like if you had like Pork Chop and Matt, just based on like a stylistic thing. Yeah,
leverages.
Yeah.
If he were to lose to Matt, do you even want that match anymore? Let's go with that first.
Well, I don't even know if I want it right now, but we'll see. We'll see. If I continue to pull at national championships, I'm going to run into him.
Because I know, yeah, that's true. I'll say you can get a hold of Carnegie and have it there.
It's intriguing.
Possible.
It's an intriguing matchup just based upon Ole's results at nationals.
I pulled him a little bit after the nationals. He was tired, but I did a little pulling with him. I mean, the man is strong.
Bob Anderson says, what do you think about the Tyrion versus Craig match?
I think Tyrion wins it.
Now, GB, that's a match I've been wanting to see for a while. Who would win, Pork Chop or Mega Mike, right-handed?
That's a great match. It's just been kind of sitting there waiting to be made.
That is a good match.
And
because you know where that match is going.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Mother Fluffer's in the house.
Neil.
It's a good comment.
Highlight that. Nothing humiliating about losing any arm wrestling match. Jared would be gutted by the manner in which he lost to Levon was similar to how he lost to Hermes and dusted off, got back up on the horse. So again, this is a sport where we're going to take losses. That's just the way it is, Now, if you let or allow, I should say, one loss make you go into a cave, then you probably weren't ready in the first place, I think.
Yeah, everyone gets beat. I mean,
and
Levon, who has looked, other than Hermes, who has really looked good against Levon in the last 5-6 years?
Vitali's the only person that gave him anything.
I would love to see this version of Vitali now and not the one we saw at Top 8. I want to know what this one could do against Levon. Just curious.
Yeah, you probably will see that.
I think it's a very strong possibility after we have Hermes and Michael pulling. They pull Levon. The winner of that pulls Levon. Then right after that, you could be a Vitali Levon match.
Yeah.
Very high possibility.
I will say this, though. I've noticed when you're like the champion, like, the open champion, like heavyweight champion, and men, ladies, you don't get a lot of opportunity.
Well, it's hard. Especially, I think Barbora, it's easier to throw somebody at Levon than it is to throw somebody at Barbora right now. Significantly easier.
Well,
give it 2 or 3 years.
In other sports, typically, you have this opportunity where somebody has cleaned out their weight division and moves up, and then there's intriguing matches. We have a situation where somebody's cleaned out the super heavyweight division, and he's got nowhere to go, and he's just waiting for the next challenger.
Yeah.
And the landscape hasn't changed all that much. So now we're talking about rematches.
Well, I mean, you
And in
still
the
have
case of-
Michael. You have
if he gets by Hermes, you do.
then you have Morozov, who hasn't pulled him yet. You have Vitaly, who hasn't pulled him yet. Georgi Spetkov hasn't pulled him yet, and Georgie's the beast.
Yeah, but those guys all got to knock each other out to see who does.
That's
get
what
that.
I'm saying. Like I'm saying, but what
Georgie used
I'm
to get
saying
beat
is,
by him all the time at WAF.
but what I'm saying is, there's more options to throw at Levon than there are to throw at Barbora.
100% correct.
Yeah.
Dan Woodley.
You have one. You have one option for. Well, you have maybe a couple for Barbora.
Yeah, Barbora beat Egla. She's beat Gabby twice. I mean, you don't.
Now, do you wait for Jocelyn to pull somebody like Gabby, or do you, save the match and throw her right in there? Because if you don't, there's a good chance Gabby gets that win.
This is what I say, and I want both you guys' opinion and everybody in the chat. You too, Neil. So you brought up Jocelyn, right? If Jocelyn beats Gabby, then that match happens sooner or later. A match Barbora has to pull happens sooner. Whereas if Gabby beats Jocelyn, Barbora's still sitting on the shelf because she's already beaten Gabby twice. We don't want to see a third time, right?
But she hasn't beaten Gabby to the point where it's like, okay, this is a one-sided mismatch.
Well, yeah, but I mean, after 2 rounds, Gabby gasses out.
Yeah, but at least it's not like a wash.
Right, but do you really want to see a third? I mean, if it happens again, it's like, okay, here we go, as expected. And you don't want to have that conversation, right?
No, but maybe Gabby can make a change too. That gives her a little bit more longevity in the match and can, fight longer too.
Highlight that comment from Neil, SB. Neil said, those of the game for long enough and deep enough know that at a certain level, a match can appear like there's a huge difference when in fact it's only 3 to 5% difference denying someone's lane. And I think what it is, in my opinion, this is how I see it. And we saw Gabby go straight side pressure, wrist flop back, and got those 2 wins. I just think her gas tank was, wasn't full.
Well, here's the problem. So yeah, it's that 3 to 5%. So if Gabby was just a little bit stronger, a little bit more stamina, maybe she gets that third win.
Right.
However, how much farther can she push it as far as power goes? Age is not on her side.
Yeah, there's a lot of variables.
Barbora is a massive framed person. Like, she has room to grow still.
And she's young. She's like 23.
Yeah, that's right. So she's super young. She's not even hit her full power yet.
Not even close to her potential.
So yeah, it's a very small differential, but we've seen them twice. Did she make up enough ground to make a case that maybe next time we'll see a different outcome?
I mean, it was very similar. It was almost to the T how match 1 went.
Yeah.
Like virtually identical.
And that's my whole point. Do we want to see a third one just like that?
Well, I mean, like I said, it's just so hard it's so hard to put Barbora against anybody right now.
And then we have this great unknown.
Bob, I'm going to get to that in a second. What I was going to say.
I was just going to talk about what Neil's saying.
What's he saying?
I was going to say, there's this great unknown that we might see some crossover athletes that come in with massive power.
Yes.
Coming into the arm wrestling world.
So you got Jocelyn coming up. You got the ladies that Neil's involved with. You got Ashley Hoyta in New Zealand. If she decides to take it seriously and get some matches, in 2 or 3 years.
I think Ashley runs into the same problem Gabby runs into.
Yeah.
It comes down to frame. Like, yes, Ashley is strong. We cannot deny her that she is incredibly strong, but it comes down to build and frame. She's like barely taller than Gabby, and it comes down to lever length and hand size and everything like that. When you're putting against somebody like Barbora, who's 6'2", 6'3", that's just massive. Like, she's just, the frame is almost too much to overcome. So
It looks like there's a whole weight class between them.
Yeah,
there should be.
I mean, if you look at what Barbora's beat Gabby twice. Gabby beat Egla. Barbora just went through Egla like she wasn't even there. Egla beat Sarah Backman. Like, there's a lot. There's just so in the women's super heavyweight side right now. There's so much. There's just nobody to answer the bell that we could just be like, oh, we can throw this person in there. Well, we don't know. You know what I mean? As good as Joss is, we don't know on a world scale where she's at. I mean, we know she beat Sarah.
Damn,
there you go. I'll be right back.
By the way, folks, if you want to know what that is, then feel free.
Titan House. Subscribe to Arm Wars. Subscribe to the Arm Wars channel.
Become a member.
Become a member, and you'll get to see the next dark card in Titan House, which will be releasing soon, right, Neil?
I'm excited for Mark Fields.
Mark Felix.
Sorry, Felix. I was thinking of a football player. Sorry. I'm excited to see him.
It's okay, Jody. I got your back.
I'm excited to see him because if you guys saw the previews, if you subscribe, you know this. That's an exciting house. I mean, in the matches, I'm telling you, when that thing drops, it's gonna be all right. I'm making some popcorn. I'm gonna be in my zone, and I'm gonna sit there and do a little training and watch the process.
Anytime Mendigus Terrasitis is on anything, it's going to be exciting.
Oh yeah,
And then when you got the Swedish, you got Malin, you got Fia, you got Catalina Pedersen, you got those three there. That's going to be entertaining. Tom Holland was in the house, like
Tim Tallmadge is in the house. So our Tim Tallmadge, he's too Hollywood now to be on our show anymore.
Yeah.
Hey, Plexman, you're only late because we started super early today. So, and I think Ryan got a phone call, which is why he bleeped out. However,
sorry, I had to take that. I had a hotel calling me about some stuff. So I had to do some work.
Yes.
What did I miss?
You missed that if everybody, that comment that Neil had, the 6'4". Yeah. I said, if you want to check out how they did and the frame and start from the ground zero, working their way up and watch the progress, then become a member of the Arm Wars and become a member. So that way you can catch
Come on.
Titan House.
Up.
So, I'll be back on Dark Card one of these days. I'll be back there. Don't you worry. I got unfinished business to do, at Arm Wars. So what's up, doggy dog? Bob Anderson, I don't know, but that dude is strong. Like, woo, man.
Who?
Mark Felix.
Oh, he's got like an Andre the Giant size baseball mitt on his hand. Attached to his wrist. It's ridiculous.
Okay, Barbora is 6 foot in height and around 110 kgs. Rebecca Roberts is much, much bigger. Rebecca can't arm wrestle with anywhere near the proficiency that she's needed. But trust me, these ladies are different. And like I said, when you have that background, okay, all you got to do is put in the technical portion of it and give it time. It's like Novocaine. Give it time, it's gonna work, right?
I mean, it's gonna be just like with anybody, like we talked Brian and Eddie. It's not gonna be an overnight thing. It's gonna be a couple year process.
Joe, we were just talking about that match, and there it is, February 15th in Calgary.
Ooh, birthday gift.
I'll be in Texas doing the TAL Central event on that day. We also have we have the Tbilisi, Georgia East vs West happening that same day as well, which is going to be big.
That's going to be crazy.
Barboa is the same dimensions as Chafee, 6'2", 275.
That's scary.
I'm excited for this. I want, because here's the thing. If, once Eddie Hall does his boxing thing, and completes that, he says he's coming back. But I tell you what, when you have a coach like Neil, right? And I'm telling you right now, the excitement I had, the prep for Eddie Hall. If you ever want to be an arm wrestler and you want to know how this thing works, you go watch those modules that came out for Eddie Hall getting ready for Brian Shaw, and to a T, he explains it to where any person can get it. So
I
when
think
Neil
it's
applies that to the ladies, there's two of them, I think, maybe three, two for sure. Yeah, I'm telling you.
well, I think Neil did it right, and I'm not saying you know when I say this, it means no disrespect, but Neil kind of kept it very simple, right? He wasn't trying to overcomplicate things, and
Yeah.
giving Eddie the right bit of information, and planting stuff and like movements and moving with extremely lightweight and all that stuff. And even when he was moving with him on the table, just you got to do something thousands upon tens of thousands of times before you ever really master it. So I think it was very, very smart.
So Laura Baxter, Becca Roberts. Remember those names.
I know they're strong women. Yeah, I've seen them compete at the Arnold's. I've seen them compete at Britain's Strongest Woman or the Britain's Strongest Man competition. Seen them compete at World's Strongest Man. I mean, what
Roman.
else? The Rogue, yeah, the Rogue Games.
Yeah.
They competed there. So I'm very familiar with who they are. Like, just they're absolute, just beasts.
I'm telling you.
No other comments you guys want to touch in there? No?
About what are you talking about? What?
I
I
missed
didn't do
something.
anything.
Nothing.
Why
Nothing.
you giving me why you give me crap, Ryan? What I do?
Nothing. No.
Sure. Freaking his Manitoba Moose coffee.
Manitoba Moose.
Yeah.
You know, that's the name of the Jets farm team.
Oh well, good thing I knew something.
There you go.
I didn't have a clue. I just guessed.
Yeah.
I know there's a Moose brand coffee though. It's really good.
Yeah. Never heard of it.
It's actually really good.
It's one of those things they sell to Americans and tell them it's Canadian, so they think.
No, they don't claim to be Canadian.
Okay, also we have a third one. Katie Smith is England's strongest woman and is also very keen, similar to physical stats to Gabby. There we go. There we go.
Was that from Neil?
Yes.
Okay.
It's from Neil. I always wanted to see somebody like Becca Swanson try arm wrestling.
Oh.
She's a little long in the. Well, she's no, maybe not. She could still get into it. I mean, I trained at the same gym as her in Florida once, and it's a good thing I wasn't doing leg day.
Yeah, y'all do leg day?
I usually skip it. I've been skipping leg day for the past 30 years.
I was gonna say I only got one good leg, and my other one's messed up, so I can't.
My legs are the only thing that still work.
Right.
Shoulders and arms are destroyed.
Yeah, they're gone.
So Neil, when is the release date of Titan House? Did he announce that yet?
It said
If you did, I missed
February.
it.
Said sometime in February, I think.
Yeah. Ooh, this should be a birthday gift. What do you say, 15th?
I don't know the date. He just said, I believe it said coming in February.
We had a reverse crossover from this sport, in case you didn't know.
Don't say slap fighting.
Jose Morneau, who
Jose Morneau
is a world champion with WAF several times, actually competed, I think, twice at World's Strongest Woman when it first started off, when Jill Mills was killing everybody.
Right.
Yeah.
You guys, there's some potential in Canada, like a Mel Peacock that does strong woman. She could potentially do it, and she's like, what's
Bob Anderson? Can you see a female reaching number one with Jerry's style?
Well, I mean, we don't. It's been I don't think we've ever seen somebody with direct flop wrist press from the start, have we?
Maybe that's the style that beats Barbora. Initiating that move.
Or a hook. Because Barbora's a primary top roller. I'm not saying she can't hook, but maybe somebody with just like a little bit longer forearm than Gabby that's strong as an ox inside that can turn her, in.
Yeah.
True. Time will tell. Time will tell. It's just
Only
we're gonna
time
have
will
to wait
tell.
and be patient, everybody. We're gonna have to be patient. So,
Well, gents, we're almost at the hour mark, and we should probably put a bow on it pretty
and you leave
soon.
Thursday, right?
I leave Thursday morning early. Yeah.
All right. Safe travels for you.
Appreciate it.
All right, there, I bowed it.
Oh, you're putting a
Yeah.
bow on it?
There you go.
Oh,
We
there
said
you
put
go.
a bow on it.
Live.
There you go.
Live
Clothes are
will
on.
air
We'll
for
cook
members
meals.
on Saturday, February 1st and Saturday, February 8th. Then 2 weeks later, the Titan House starts. All right, I will mark that on my calendar.
Cool.
But I'm a
Do you
member,
wanna-
so I get the notification, so it's good.
So we
Yeah.
put a bow on it. Do a 4-minute dark podcast there.
Oh, I like that. Dark podcast. I like
Sounds
that.
good.
Yeah.
All right, everybody, don't forget to tune in. Knuckles Up this weekend. Pay-per-view is in the video description. And don't forget to hit like on this video.
Let's go, SB.
So long, everybody.